Hare Krishna, good morning. And would anybody like to hear a few instructions about Japa? Prabhupada, in the following excerpt from 1968, refers to Japa as forced meditation, as follows, from November 20th, 1968. Yoga system is approved, but nobody can follow the rules and regulations strictly. Neither there is suitable place for executing it, and everyone is always full of anxiety, so how they can concentrate? So best thing is to chant Hare Krishna, which is forced meditation. Would anybody like to give a commentary on forced meditation? Yes? You better wait for the mic because you don't get any credit until the mic's in front. Could take a while. Go ahead and I'll translate for you.
So, usually before I start my japa,
before he starts his japa,
my mind is wandering.
His mind is wandering.
So to get my mind in control,
So to get his mind in control,
it takes a few rounds.
it takes a few rounds.
So how to be before I start my japa, how do I prepare my mind?
So before he starts the japa, how does he prepare his mind? Is that a question or a purport? One of the ways to prepare one's mind before starting japa is to perform the Bhuta Shuddhi. And the Bhuta Shuddhi is in all of our padhatis. Bhuta means the elements and Shuddhi means to purify. So before beginning deity worship, one begins with a short statement that includes the idea that I'm not my body, but I'm eternal spirit soul, and expresses gratitude for having the opportunity to worship Kṛṣṇa. And then there's a verse, Naham vipro nacha narapatir napi vaishona shudro, etc., in which, and it's a verse Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cited, quoted, which says that I'm not any of the varnas or the ashrams, but I'm the eternal servant of the servant of Kṛṣṇa. So expressing gratitude for the opportunity given by one's spiritual master to chant Hare Krishna, and then remembering that I'm the servant of the servant of the servant. And it's also mentioned in Shastra that making a sankalpa, or a statement of why one's chanting. For instance, Prabhupada used to recommend that we remember the meaning of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is, "O my Lord, O energy of the Lord, please engage me in your service." So those are some ways to prepare one's mind. Another thought about forced meditation. Yes?
Hare Krishna. It remembers me of a purport in which Prabhupada, I think in the Upadeshamrita, he explains that one who hears the Hare Krishna mantra is forcibly dragged to the spiritual world in a near future. So forced meditation, it makes me think the fact that if you chant Hare Krishna, you are forcibly dragged to.
Yeah, it's dangerous. And Krishna says, Nam namakari bahudan nija sarva shaktis. Force. In other words, it is, we say charge or charged, we have to say force. It's infused with the force of Krishna's personality. He's not different from the name, and all his powers are there within the name. It's another way of thinking of being forced, being in contact with Krishna directly, which includes all of his powers. And the second instruction for today that Prabhupada gave in 1969 is as follows, and I titled this Determination and Effort. Regarding your last question about the ecstatic symptoms of chanting Hare Krishna, you should know that the Hare Krishna mantra has an equal effect upon all devotees. Just like the sunshine has an equal effect on everyone, but when it is covered, the sunshine has a different effect. Similarly, the influence of the Hare Krishna mantra becomes manifest when one is no longer covered by the 10 offenses to chanting. The more we become free from the 10 offenses, the more the effect of chanting becomes manifested through us. Everyone can become a great devotee, being freed from the offenses 100%, simply by one's determination and effort. So we can remember also that determination has the word terminus in it. It means to finish something. In the case of chanting japa, there's a complete mantra, there's a complete round, there's a complete 16 rounds and so forth. And if we set ourselves in a mode where we're finishing and being very careful and attentive to finish the mantra, hearing it all the way through, and remembering also that when Yaśodā tried to bind Kṛṣṇa, that there were 2 inches lacking in the rope each time. And our ācārya, Viśvanātha Cakravartī, has said these represent 1, our own effort to reach Kṛṣṇa, and 2, Kṛṣṇa is appreciating our effort and then reaching back to us. So you can remember that if we extend ourselves, means give special care to listening to the mantra and finishing what we started, then it's likely that Kṛṣṇa will extend himself to us as well. Shall we try? Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvāsari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Is there a czar of ambiance? Because the electric lights, as they are now, seem a little stark for chanting japa, to me, if it could be a little bit more adjusted. Hare Krishna. Thanks for joining the Japa circle. And here are a few parting words, since this will be our last Japa circle on this yatra together. I think tomorrow we're leaving. Fade, to gradually grow weak. To fade means to grow weak gradually. Fade happens a little at a time, but then it seems that a person has stopped suddenly. All practices fade without attention. The word attention means special care. Give special care to your japa. When you chant, be attentive. Be aware that you're chanting. To be attentive means to stretch towards something. Stretch towards the holy name with your body, mind, and spirit. Within any practice, we're either improving or getting worse. There's no staying the same. Chanting is the most nourishing of all activities that we could do every day. But there is always the chance that we can gradually grow weak and stop chanting. Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Paramahamsa, said, complete your vow of chanting each day, even if your life is in peril. Key takeaways: fear the fade, be attentive, don't stop chanting for any reason. Any last thoughts about our japa time together? Yes. Would you like a microphone? We'd be happy to accommodate you.
So on the earlier, you mentioned about forceful meditation.
Forced meditation.
And I was thinking on one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, prayers of devotees to the Bharatavarsha residents, where there is a last line that says, last 2 lines say, Swayam vidatte bhajatam anicchatam ichchapidanam nijapada pallavam. So that verse was basically mentioning to the glorifying the residents of Bharatavarsha about their fortune of taking birth in the place of Bharatavarsha, and that though they start the devotional service with, they do bhajana, chanting, with the material desires, with deviations. But still, however, Lord is so kind that He's going to give His own lotus feet forcefully, so that the devotee can focus, which is the source, the lotus feet of the Lord, which is source of all the material, all the desires. That includes material and spiritual. Though he fulfills the desires in such a way that satyam dishattitam additam artito nunam naivartate yat punarartitayataha. He fulfills the desires in such a way that he will not really entertain this person asking the more and more desires to be fulfilled, but at the end he is going to forcefully give him his own lotus feet in such a way that...
Got it, we got it. It's a really good application. It's really good. One more last one from that side. Yes. Mekhala. If you'd like a microphone, just express your sincere desire and someone may deliver it to you.
Hi Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Krishna.
I just had an observation about my japa. I find that when chanting here in the Dham, in the presence of you and the devotees, my mind still wanders. Like at home it wanders. But the quality of the wandering of my mind is different. Instead of it thinking about work, family, all of that kind of stuff, my mind is wandering towards remembering the darshans we've taken, remembering the devotees, remembering the trees that we've seen, the trees I've placed my head upon, remembering Leela. And so while my mind is still going, I think it's going to better places, and so that feels
definitely
nice.
Nice observation. And it's a great endorsement of going on yatra too, isn't it? Getting the immersive experience and having a better subject matter. It's not that we can have no subject matter, but when we upgrade the subject matter to the spiritual world, spiritual topics, the spiritual scenes, then that's the perfection of the mind. Thank you everyone for engaging in japa over these last couple of weeks. Those of you who are in Puri, we had notable japa sessions, and a couple of them where we ended up on the beach somehow or other. Nobody jumped in, but we just ended up there on the beach. And here we had a couple, but it was, everything counts, and it's all added up. Prabhupada writes in a purport in the 6th canto that everything's counted and recorded. And so we get a finite amount of days and opportunities to chant good japa. So if we can make the most of each one of them, remembering that our human life is a probationary period and not some ultimate destination or a place to try to get cozy. And we use it for the austerities that are recommended by the Shastra, and the topmost of them all is chanting japa. So if we can make that the focal point of our day and organize around chanting good japa, then all good things will come. As we just heard Sundaracharya pointed out, there's a way in which Krishna will help cover over the flimsy material desires and replace them with something substantial. And as Mekhala pointed out, although your mind may go, it's going to go to Vrindavan eventually. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Panchatattva, Shri Radhamana Mohan, Shri Harinam Prabhu, if you so desire, please force us to come to your lotus feet and perform devotional service. Please direct us to come to the Dham, to perform service for all living beings by distributing the holy names and by being kind friend to all living beings, starting with ourselves. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone who agrees with these prayers in whole or in part, please say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpataruscha kripasinabheva cha patitanam